Hi friends, Lata Ramesh from the Healing Gym. Most of the time, people are looking for love, right? And rightly so, because love is the fuel that runs our life, isn't it? But where are we looking for love? We are looking in the outside. We are searching for love and requiring validation from our friends, from our spouses, from our children. We are wanting love from them. Or we are seeking love in our work, or we are seeking love through shopping, or through habits, through objects. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's okay to seek love from the outside. But if we are seeking love only from the outside, then we are doomed. Because at some point of time, we are not going to get it. The other person is not going to be talking lovingly to us, not being kind to us. And so we have to have a self sustaining practice of self love, manufacturing love from within, giving ourselves love from within. And you may ask, how do I love myself if I am not receiving love from others? So here is my invitation. Come and join me at the Journey to Self Love workshop happening on January 27th, where we really go through experiential exercises where we are able to move aside limiting beliefs, where we are able to move aside those self defeating subconscious programs that block us from loving ourselves. The truth is, dear friends, we all have an eternal spring of love within us. It is there. Whether we can see it or not, whether we can feel it or not, that spring of love is there within each one of us, no matter what. But because of our circumstances, because of the way that we have been brought up, because of the traumas that we have gone through, because of our own personalities, our perceptions, because of the way our mental makeup is, we can't see it sometimes. We can't feel it. We can't feel our own ability to love ourselves. And so we struggle. And what do we do instead? We go and search for love outside. We are either drowning ourselves at work, working long hours trying to block our loneliness and just be lost in the accomplishments of work. Accomplishment is good, but when you're overdoing it, it's not good. Or else we search for love with people, running behind people, people pleasing them, being literally a doormat sometimes, not being able to set boundaries, not being able to say no, doing what pleases other people rather than what you need, disregarding our own self, putting our own self down, not being able to stand up for ourselves. There are a million ways where we don't love ourselves, dear friends, and many of us don't even recognize that. And here is my plea. Please start a practice of self-love, and not self-love as in the way that you might understand, which is maybe just going to a salon, doing a manicure, pedicure, doing a massage. That's just a top layer of loving. It's more like indulging ourselves. And that's okay once in a while. But we have to go deeper to love ourselves, respect ourselves, to care for ourselves, to really be there for ourselves, because we are the only best friend that is available to us 24 by 7, 365 days a year for our entire lifetime. And that's the truth. And so we better be a friend to ourselves. We better be that loving person, caring person, compassionate person to ourselves. And when we learn how to do that, when we practice doing that, notice that amount of changes that happens. Our energy shifts. We find ourselves more energetic. We are able to choose healthy practices for ourselves. Maybe having healthy eating habits. Maybe having healthy exercise habits. Maybe you're able to really do the exercise consistently that you were earlier struggling to do. Or maybe you're finding it much more better to say no to some people in your life who have been taking you for granted. Or maybe with the practice of self-love, you are able to attract that wonderful person into your life. When you start loving yourself, you attract people who really love you, who really value you, who really respect you. And self-love, understanding self-love in a deep, meaningful way, practicing it in a consistent way is really important. And Louise Hay always talks about self-love. And being a Heal Your Life teacher, I have understood the concept of self-love in a much more deeper way, practicing it for myself. And in my upcoming workshop, Journey to Self-Love, happening on Jan 27th, I'm going to lead it for 3 hours, experiential activities where we can understand this concept. So please join me. And if you are not able to join me, never mind, just get started with the practice of self-love. Just start with being more respectful and kind to yourself. And don't allow other people to be unkind to you. That's all. Thank you for listening. Bye.